Hi, everyone. So there's a couple things that I wanted to say. Today is Saturday, December 12th. I don't usually do a video on Saturday, but I wanted to just share some thoughts that were on my mind today. So as many of you know, I have a company called William C. Roy Consulting Group, and I formed the official organization in June of 2019. I formed it as an LLC, and at the time I had no plan on doing anything with the company at that time or in the near future. I had no plan to launch it or try to make an income off of it because at the time I was employed at another organization. April of 2020, along comes COVID, and I was laid off from that organization because of the COVID pandemic. Fast forward to December of 2020, I am still not employed by any organization, although I did get a teaching gig at Grand Canyon University, and I start teaching a course there in January, which I'm super excited about. But if you know anything about the adjunct level of faculty, it's not something where you can make a living off of teaching a single class or even two or three classes generally. Um, Great work. It's worthwhile work. I'm excited to be doing it, but I have to find another source of income to keep me going as well. And so that's why I've been focusing more on my company that I formed a year and a half ago. That end, I was thinking this morning about why would anyone hire a coach? Because one of the things that I'm into at this point with my doctoral training, I haven't gotten my PhD yet, but I'm in the dissertation phase, is coaching executives, coaching leaders, or even coaching people who aren't in official leadership positions, because we all are leaders in some area of our lives. Some it's family, some it's maybe we don't have a leadership title where we're working, but we do serve from time to time as the leader of a group or a team or even a one-on-one situation. I mean, it can be as easy as if you and a friend are going out to eat and you're the one who decides that night where you're going to eat. Well, you just acted as a leader in that moment. So that's a very common example. I wouldn't say it's small, it's significant. But we all have ways that we exhibit leadership throughout the day. And so it can be said to some extent, we all are leaders in some way, in some capacity, even if we're not technically leading a work team or an organization. And as I thought about that, I began to think about what a mentor and I consider a good friend has often talked about, which he calls limiting beliefs. In my own research, I've come across something similar that is called instead of limiting beliefs, they call it hidden competing assumptions, but it's the same idea. So these limiting beliefs. Now, we all have limiting beliefs. We all have beliefs that prevent us in some area from reaching our fullest potential, from doing as much as we would like to be doing in our lives. Maybe it's in the area of relationships. Maybe it's the area of family, which is just related to relationships, of course. Maybe it's in the area of your church life. Maybe it's the area of your business roles. It really can encompass anything where a human life exists in the community. And oftentimes we don't know that the beliefs we have are limiting. We don't know that we have commitments that compete against what we really want to do or accomplish in life. And so some things are harder to achieve than others because of that. And we all have them. I have them, you have them, we all do. So you might ask, how do we overcome limiting beliefs? If we don't see them, if we don't know they're there, although on some level, I think at least on some of them, we do know that they're there. How do I identify them? And then the next reasonable question would be, once we've identified them, how do we overcome them so that we can be all that we want to be, that we can come to realize and see in our own lives, in our own selves, a bigger world, a bigger way of thinking, a bigger way of feeling, a bigger way of doing, because that's all possible. And I see one route, path in particular, that I think is really the most effective way to facing your limiting beliefs, understanding what they are, and then overcoming them. And that really is through the services, the partnership really of you and a good coach. Now, since coaching is something I'm offering, I'm putting myself out there today as I work to build this business, that if you have goals that seem to be elusive, if you have a sense that you could be better at what you are, but you're not sure what's holding you back, then reach out to me. Reach out to me today or sometime this week. And let's just have a short talk, a little chat over a Zoom call. And I'll put the link for my Calendly down below. It's an app that I use to schedule my meetings and my calls. And if you want to schedule a no charge free 15-minute talk to see if us working together might be something that you'd be interested in, then go ahead and click the link and reserve a time. I'm really looking forward at growing my services. I'm really looking forward at helping everyone I possibly can through this path, through this adventure really of life. And I'm looking forward to talking to you soon. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a great coming week.